One, two, three.
Oh, at least
We're
we're doing it at the same
getting good
time.
at
We're
that.
getting good. Are you using this at all to synchronize?
Actually, I do. I do. When I put those two waveforms, I look where we clapped, and usually, like 99%, if
Oh,
it
okay, 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 okay.
perfectly. So it doesn't matter how much we had gibberish before. This is like a starting point. Then I just edit a
Okay.
bit of our sound. I don't know how bad or good I am with this, but I mean, it is there. It's the history now.
I don't know. I think so far it's not bad. I know there is room for improvement, I guess, in quality, but we're gonna get the mics and
Yeah, we will try to do something
uh,
better out of it. For our listeners today, I have to admit that I have been a bit more dur- dur- a bit more drunk than I usually am, because we have a Christmas party, motherfucker, and it's in the s- in the mood of Mexico. Mexico and the Day of the Dead.
no. I just thought of something, but I will see. I will see.
Okay. But to start off with our formula, what made you smile, my friend
You know what
Tamas?
would? Okay, you're halfway there. What would have made me smile is if I don't remember. Maybe we did it, but did we say hi? I'm Thomas, and
We didn't, but hi, my name is Boris. Hi, this
your
guy
name is
with
my
with
name
with with a big beard,
is Tamas.
Tamas.
So what made me smile?
What made you smile?
So actually, I remember what made me smile last week, which I didn't remember then. So that's made me
You're
smile.
getting old.
And I will leave that to last. But what also made me smile is this thing that you mentioned, this Christmas party. So I'm sitting here in a beautiful attire, Mexican style. I got it.
You look like a lollipop.
I got it. Oh, that's good. That's what I was going for. If someone sucks me, that would be
Don't look at me.
okay. Fuck. Well, I was hoping because now you're drunk. No. So it's actually good that when I heard that this party is coming up, and I saw the team, I'm like, oh, it would be cool to find something. And actually Googled what the kind of Spanish men fashion or Mexican men fashion. And the second or the third picture, there was this really fucking cool thing. And I said, okay, this is cool. I want this. So I went to this tailor that I used before. It's I will actually give some advert, not like it is any value of us mentioning names, but it's Goveri Style House here in Tallinn. They did a fucking nice suit for me last time. It was actually before COVID, and I couldn't wear it. I got it made for my friend's wedding, and literally
Last time when we were on the last
Christmas party. Yeah.
Christmas party, it was a rental. It wasn't.
No, that was that. But that was like 2 years after I got it made. So that was the suit, this brown suit with all.
No. You were wearing the black suit.
That was the first one. That was 5 years ago. The
In
casino.
2019, we were in the
Yeah,
Rock Cafe,
yeah, but I'm not
and we
talking
were
about that.
smoking the fucking cigars.
Yeah, but so that I rented that's
That was a
Sido.
rental.
That was rental.
That wasn't the
That was
one.
rental. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, so yeah, it's and I saw that and I went there and I showed them a picture and then they made something and I'm very happy with it. So that actually made me smile. It came out nice. But the other thing, so it's my Spotify Wrapped. Do you know what that is? Maybe you see it
Yeah,
because it goes in the internet and whatever. So why it made me smile is first of all I just got another confirmation how fucking cool I am because of the cool music I listen to. But 2 episodes before when we were talking about albums and
yeah.
singles. So what I said there I'm an album guy. And the other thing that I said is like 80% of the music I listen to is hip hop and 20% is Tool. And here you go, Tool again. And I got my summary, and they added this one page where they kind of give you a. They called me I think hypnotic or hypnotizer or whatever. And they give you like a style of how you listen to music. And literally the thing that they emphasized is like you are a guy, a thorough guy who listens albums from beginning to end, and that is all you do. So fuck, it's amazing. That is how I'm doing it. That's what Spotify told me. The other thing that is there is they give you a breakdown of the style of the music you listened in the past year, and they give you 5 styles, the main ones, and literally 80% of it is some kind of hop. So it's either hip hop or alternative hip hop, or trip hop, which is a kind of somewhat related. There's 5% electronic and 15% is rock and whatever. So I was actually spot on when I thought what I listened to. It has been confirmed by data. So it made me happy.
It's
It's cool.
interesting. It is indeed very interesting because I remember that you told me before I opened your eyes to the band called Mad Road that you are not the metal guy at all because you are the rhythm
Yeah.
hip hop the guy, and then you confessed a bit that some of your sins is the tool, the tool.
The tool.
Yeah, the two. But you are not listening to anything else but the two in the rock metal genre.
No, that's not entirely true. That's the majority. I listen to some rock, but mostly they also usually kind of alternative rock things. So I'm not good at categorizing, but I don't know, Queens of the Stone Age, White Stripes, and actually all other Jack White derivatives, Raconteurs, and actually Jack White on his own. I'm trying to think others, but I do kind of listen to other rock or guitar-based music. I'm just not even good recalling what I listen to. But yeah, it's and the interesting thing is, I have a friend who is like a metalhead. We were colleagues back in Durban as well. He still works for the company, and I was fascinated how. And I don't know if all metalheads do that. Maybe you can confirm if you do. Metalheads fucking know all the genres of metal, and that
Oh no,
and that they
that's
can
not
say
true.
that's not true.
That's not.
Okay, that's cool. But he was like,
I that was actually one of the topics that I wanted to rise after you said all those things before. Yeah, that before it was really easy to define what genre of metal you're listening to. Heavy metal, you're a rock guy, or you're a thrash metal, or you're a death metal.
he could talk about
But
15 different
yeah, the thing is that
at least.
right now, there was, if I'm not mistaken, there was a series, a documentary series back from 2008, if I'm not mistaken. Um I don't remember exactly the name of it. It was something to do with the head banging. But the thing is that this guy made a huge chart where the metal has evolved into. And it's kind of absolutely ridiculous. So there was the let's put it that way. There was blues, the rock came out of the blues, and then those uh, Black Sabbath, they invented the sound and the riffs of the
What?
heavy metal.
Heavy metal, okay.
So they were the first ones, but it has spread like a disease, like a curse. It has so much of the offsprings, and each and every band from now on, they want to have their own style of music. For instance, my band, we were, thinking, how are we going to express what we are playing? And we are not heavy metal. We are not speed metal. We're not thrash metal, according to our acknowledgement. We are not groove metal or progressive metal. So what are we? So we decided that we are going with a groove and heavy, like kind of with rock and roll, groove and heavy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But the thing is that if you read the definition of different genres, we are speed metal, not power metal, but the speed metal.
You.
Yes, we are, and that gives us this the same way of thinking that no, we are not speed metal. Because speed metal for us is like.
Well, that's what I wanted to say. I mean, your music is not slow, but it's not. If something is speed, then if it's worth mentioning in the name of the style, then the speed must be the first thing, and that's not the first thing for you.
No, absolutely no. Although we have a clean vocals, but it is different. So with the metal genre, it's very difficult to define where you are, what you do, because all, at least those metal bands that I know, and those members of the metal bands that I know, they are trying to avoid copying someone else's work, and they're trying to achieve something different.
Is that why there's so much kind of split or branches of metal? Because
Yeah.
I want to be something else.
Exactly. Whilst in the pop culture, you have this common beat, and you have
pop is pop, and that's it kind of.
Yeah. At the same time, just recently, I read that technically speaking, it doesn't matter what it is: rap, pop, black metal, speed metal, whatever metal. So pop, it's all pop music because it's a popular music. We have different, there are different listeners, but overall, I'm not agreeing with that because, let's say, those who are listening to, let's say, something hard like Dimo Burgir. This is like.
I actually know the name. I don't know.
Yeah, so I have a huge question if they're listening to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
For instance. But the reason why that article came out was it's not a classical music in the sense that it has been written a long time ago. It is a lot of music that has been developed and presented at the present time. You're listening to that, and in 5-7 days you forget about it because it's not something that sticks with you. Whilst with the jazz and the blues and the classical music, and I don't know, what is the genre that Frank Sinatra was singing in?
Dude, I wouldn't know. I'm not good at.
But it's kind of a mixture, isn't it?
I think it was this American. I don't know. I wouldn't know. But yeah, he was.
Because
he was a good singer, and someone wrote his
when you
music.
listen to him, it's more like a groove between the pop music and the jazz music. Something in between. Some mixture. The same what his. I can't name him as the pupil, but the person who actually holds the flag now is the Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
Because he does the kind of same-ish approach to the world with the same music, and he has this recognizable voice. So that's what I'm trying to say, that everything that people are listening to is the pop music. It's just in metal, people are using guitar overrides really heavily, because that's the basic of the heavy music.
Yeah, I don't know. Same as you. You said you don't really agree with this, in strictly speaking.
And I'm really sorry for that, but there you go.
There you go. That we should have used that as a synchronizing greeting, actually, as Boris opens.
No, I had
kind of. Yeah, I mean, I see how you should put a sentence together that says, yeah, pop. All music is pop music because it's popular. I don't know where the actual name of the pop music category came from, and it probably came from actually popular, but I don't know. I guess different music is popular to a different degree. The size of the audience is different. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like we discussed, I think, in one of the previous episodes, that like neither of us listen to to radio, although there are many thematical radios, but radio is mostly the most common radios. There's just some average pop music that is, I mean, pop music is, again, I don't want to be condescending or like hurting anyone or whatever, but like pop music isn't it kind of made and designed to kind of please the most average, so the most people, therefore the common denominator has to be kind of very low in a sense, so there are no serious stances there. So like it's not a hard hip hop, it's not some metal or whatever, because that shrinks your potential audience. And if you take all of those things away, what remains there is this lemonade average stuff, which is interesting because I also, again, as I said, I don't want to say there is no value, just because I'm not a big fan of like Britney Spears. She was an icon and she was what she was in her time. And Taylor Swift has just been, I think yesterday or whatever, she's the Woman of the Year on Time magazine. And I think she's kind of at least very popular, right?
I think she's extremely popular now.
So that's the thing. So pop doesn't necessarily mean it's no value. I don't know. It's just, and to be honest, there are some pop songs that I also enjoy. And it's interesting when I was little, when you're little, your kind of music taste hasn't really shaped. You can't buy, when you're very young, you don't have money to buy your CDs or whatever. You just like listen to what's in the radio and whatever. And I remember, like, I don't know, silly music coming from the radio, and now me liking it, like the Too Unlimited, the Hathaway's, these like culture,
I'm
all
really,
those kind of things.
really sorry to interrupt you here. Too Unlimited. I just recently, just like 3 or 4 days ago, I've been thinking.
Are they still around or what?
They are. But what I was trying to figure out, in my youth, it was the beginning of 90s where all this Too Unlimited, Hathaway,
Dr. Alban, which I know Dr. Alban is
yeah. They all came in. And I was trying to figure out who was on the top of the list, for me at least. And Too Unlimited. Too Unlimited. They were, I really loved DJ Bubble.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved Too Unlimited. Although I've been listening to heavy stuff already back then. It was kind of whoa for me.
Okay, cool. So I want to hear from you, and also I want to say mine, but I want to hear from you. If you recall, when did you kind of what is the first music you kind of remember, as in like, oh, this is good or whatever, and if there is such thing, if you can paint your journey of like, I first listened to this music, and when I grew older, I got introduced to that, and then is there a path?
Extremely simple, at the same time very silly. The very best friend of mine, whom I'm still talking to, we are meeting on a regular basis, and we are together for 40 years now. So he was a neighbor of mine. So I've been living in the apartment number 6, and his apartment was number 7. And it just happened that then when we first met, he just grabbed me and he said, "I'm going to show you my toys."
Ooh, so far this story could go.
And I was 5 years of age, and he was 7.
Okay.
So that's how our friendship started, and he became like a elder brother to me.
Okay.
Till this day, we are talking on like 2-3 times a week.
Is he still in Tallinn?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you meet up too, or you just do you meet up as well, or just like?
Oh yeah, we meet all the time.
Okay, cool.
So there are 4 of us, and we are meeting all the time. You met them as well.
Okay.
So anyway, what I want to say that he made a first cassette to me back in 86, because that was the time when I got my first cassette player.
Okay.
Before that, I was listening to the how do you call those? It's not a cassette player, but
the bit magnetic tape reels. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know how it's called. It's a huge.
But they are big, like discs or whatever, like
big discs.
Not discs,
exactly.
but like big reels. and they had the magnetic tape. So,
Exactly. So there was Boney M, there was some Elvis, because my father's brother, who is kind of,
uncle.
kind of, well, the thing is that he's not an uncle because they have the same mother but different.
Step uncle. Not step uncle. It's like, but I know what you mean. Okay,
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 yeah.
okay.
So that's why I was trying to find the right wording for that. Yeah, so he was a fan of all this, ABBA and Boney M,
Okay,
and
okay, okay, okay.
so. But I was listening to Boney M. That was the first thing, first impression, and Rasputin. That was the first.
Ra, ra,
Ra, ra, Rasputin.
uh,
So that was the first impression of me in the music.
okay.
But then my friend, the neighbor next door,
Mm.
made a cassette for me, and there was Sissy Cage, there was David Hasselhoff.
Ooh, okay.
I was looking for freedom. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. Luckily, I don't remember the
There
song.
was Whitney Houston.
Hmm?
There was Miami Vice theme.
Christ.
And the Miami Vice theme is one of my still favorite themes in the whole wide world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really love the feeling of it. So there was something else, of course, because there was two-sided tapes. But after that, in '88, one of the biggest known metal bands at the time, Manowar, has issued
It's a
their
metal name.
album called Kings of Metal,
Mm.
and one of his classmates went to US
Hmm.
and he brought an original cassette with that,
Mm.
and we were like,
You couldn't buy those things here, right? Because the
no, no,
same
no, no,
Soviet
no. It
ship.
was only copy paste, copy,
Yeah,
copy, copy, copy.
yeah.
Not even paste, copy.
Just yeah.
Just copy. Sometimes it was copying, not
The original.
not like um, recorder and the player. There was like you put the recorder next to the microphone.
Michael,
And
I
it's
knew that's
like
what you're gonna say.
crazy, but
Yeah,
that's what we did.
that's what it was. Yeah.
And so this Manowar came out, and my friend's father he was a bit more successful than the rest of us, and he bought the double deck,
Ooh,
so
yeah.
you could
Copy it
replicate
properly.
the you can make the copy of the same cassette into the other one. My, it's crazy. Everyone who were around us, they were trying to get a copy, and he was literally like
Was
he
he
was receiving.
charging? 'Cause I know some people
I
who
know,
like.
but no, he didn't, because every time when he was recording, he had to listen to it, and he was like,
Oh, so he didn't want to because.
and that was the legal excuse from the parents. Why the fuck
Oh,
you're listening to this shit? So for me, the first metal was Manowar. The first ever, that's Boney M, and after that, all this things that I described and the Miami Vice team, it is still here with me. From time to time, I'm listening to it, and it's like it's kind of bringing me back into the
mm.
nostalgia,
Yeah.
into the.
So what age are we talking about for you when you kind of when the
So
Man of War
I was born in '78, which means that by
88,
'86 it was
8 years?
eight 8 years. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay. But that's cool. So basically, and from there, that is your primary kind of your main genre, right? The kind
Uh,
of the metal at a high
I
level.
was I was bouncing. I was bouncing from genre to genre. I was listening a lot, as I said, to Unlimited,
Mm,
DJ Bobo. The thing is that when I started my working career, that was when I was 14. It was in '90s, and these years were rough. '90s were rough years
mm,
for people to survive. So I had to work, and I was 14 when I started all this working process. And at that time, I was working as the night guard in the shop.
You mean night guard, like
Night
a
guard, yes. I was just,
oh oh
sleeping there in order to be sure that everything is fine with the.
sleeping there. You should.
Yeah, but I mean,
I know what you mean.
next morning I have to go to the school,
Uh,
so of course
of
I've
course.
been sleeping, and I've been. So first of all, there was the copy machine, video copy machine.
Oh, okay.
So I had to make some copies of the videos,
Mm-hmm.
and there were a proper adult magazines
Oy, oy,
that
oy,
I can
oy.
just open and see.
So
There is the dick, there is the
before the
vagina.
sleeping, there was.
But I was sleeping.
Sure.
No, of course. After relieving myself, I was sleeping. So, uh,
Nice.
the thing is that at the time I was listening to absolutely different genres of everything. But in, I think it was 95 or 96,
Mm.
I kind of fully dedicated myself to the metal
Mm.
because I have found that it has more depth,
Mm.
it has more meaning in it. Because you see, those people who were making a metal at the time,
Mm.
they it was all about the lyrics,
Mm.
all about the merging lyrics with the music.
Mm.
Whilst tribal dance, do, 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 do. So with the Two Unlimited, it was just a catchy phrase.
Mm.
With the Hathaway, what is love? Baby, don't hurt. You keep continuing the same shit all over again and again and again until your eyes and ears are bleeding out, but you still continue. It was
Mm.
all about the hooking people on some verse or
Mm.
some chorus. Whilst in the metal, it was about the lyrics. It was about the meaning. It was about the music and all merging together. And that's what hooked me a lot, really a lot. I know I am not a typical nerd,
Mm.
but I am a nerd.
Oh, but a nerd for metal kind of thing. That's what you're saying.
In that sense, I am absolutely nerd.
Huh.
So yeah, I don't think that any band now can do something similar to those metal bands that made back in the 90s,
Mm.
because people were reading lyrics, they were into the words, they were into the rhythm. Now everyone is like, is it catchy, is it banging me enough?
Mm. I know. I remember you said that one of the other episodes that yeah, like you don't find new music. I think you would be surprised if you actually kind of looked harder. But I understand what you say. Like it also should almost happen organically, and if it's not, then and if you have to chase it, then maybe it's not real. But I think you'd be surprised. I think there is still a lot of music there that has that kind of value.
I'm not talking about there are no music like that. I'm talking about what listeners are expecting from you. There
Well,
are
but again,
there are still a lot of nerds, but the amount of those pop listeners.
yeah, but whatever, whoever satisfies them, and there are always bands who there are a lot of bands who make music. Okay, so if I made music, and I would really love to make music, but at the end of the day, I would make music to make myself happy. I wouldn't care if the audience likes it, and not because of arrogance, but because that's where the value and the originality comes in. If you do it with passion because you want to do it, then if the stars align, then that you will have your big fan base and you will be rich or whatever. But if that's what you want, but if you don't do the music because you want to do music and you do it for an audience, then I think you're already lost.
Tamas, that's how every single musician starts. They're making music to themselves, to please themselves, to be happy with this music, to be, hooked by this music. Because you can't start making a music or the music for the audience if you don't have the experience.
Mm.
So now we're talking about the process. And just recently, I rewatched a movie called Rocketman. Have you seen it?
No, but I know about it and I want to watch it.
So, Rocketman is the movie about Elton John.
Yeah.
It has been produced by Elton John, and it's about Elton John. And I do think that not whole truth has been revealed, although a lot of unpopular and unhappy things has been showed there. It doesn't matter. The movie is showing the way how he became what he became, and it is important. It is important to understand that if you start your band or you are a single singer and you start your career, you cannot expect to be known in a day.
Oh, yeah.
There are cases that are like that. And what made back in the days those people really famous was not only because they were really talented and extremely extraordinary, but the way how the music has been delivered to the public. So it was either like verbal, I've heard this and you
Yeah,
should
word by
listen to
word.
it,
Okay.
or by the radio, where everyone had a radio, but they didn't have the possibility to listen on the go things.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what we do, I don't like it. I don't like it. Like we are using Tinder.
Yeah, but embrace it. It's different.
No, I'm not saying it's bad or or good. I'm just saying how it is. Uh, Back to the album or singles. You are listening by the albums, but as I said in in the episode before, that there are albums that has one or two maybe decent songs. The rest are just fillers, shit songs, which is bad, and people are still buying, a CD or a vinyl or whatever. But when you are listening to it on the Spotify or YouTube Music or whatever, you can choose. I don't want to listen to it. Skip it.
But it's fine. Make music that's good. And if you,
Exactly.
and there is a lot of good music out there. Shit! Wow, that was quite hardcore.
it was deep, man, deep.
Christ. Okay. So, fuck. Yeah, okay, we are the same age. Practically, I was born in 1980, so it's the 2 years is the same.
You're just a
Plus,
youngster. Such a
we
pussy.
were also we were not Soviet Union, but we were the Soviet.
Well,
What
you
is
were
fucking
in the
is the
area of Soviet
satellite? Is
Union.
the yeah? I found the word, but I still can't remember. But the point is, just like you, we also didn't have access to the Western whatever. Everything was like in pirate radios. There was this Free Europe. I don't know if there was other language things, versions of that, but all people smuggling things in. Or as you said your friends, one of your friends' father was a little bit better off, and then some people could get passports so they could go and bring back whatever, and that was our way too. So I think kind of the same kind of music kind of seeped in. But yeah, I also I remember in my like childhood, as in like elementary school, that kind of stuff, like 8, 9, 10 years old, is the Tour Limited, it's the DJ Bobo, it's the Hathaway, it's those kind of things. And I went to high school, and then it became a little bit more kind of a ravey things like Ultrasonic and Dune and Marco and whatever. These were like more kind of techno-y, whatever. And it was around that time when I mentioned it earlier. Someone gave me a tape of Nine Inch Nails. It was Downward Spiral. I think it was second album. Someone gave me a album from Tool, which was Anima. That was also I think second LP. And then someone gave me Ill Communication from Beastie Boys, but also there was Prodigy, Music for the Future Generation, those kind of stuff. And what's interesting for me is you said like you metal, how the lyric meshes with the music, and I really don't listen to lyrics. With the exception of a few bands, but it's just that's not the most important thing for me. Maybe also, and I don't know how was your English when you were little, but like when the music comes in and it's in English and you don't speak English, it is just part of the melody, but you don't know what the hell is
It
going
is.
on.
It is.
So it kind of that's how it is with me even now. So yeah, it was this kind of stuff, and then in the mid to late '90s. Chemical Brothers and those kind of things came in, which were also. So you don't see what Boris like is just he's just shaking his head. He has no idea what I'm
I
talking
have no
about, which
idea
is
what you're
fine.
talking about.
So that's also kind of this electronic, same as Prodigy. And I remember I was reading one of those aforementioned music magazines, Hungarian music magazines, when I was getting all my information. They were labeling these things almost the rock of the now, in the sense of what rock means, not as a music, but like rock is the coolness and they actually, both Chemical Brothers and Music and Prodigy, they were one of the first who kind of went away the full kind of synthesized electric music, and they use samples from guitar and funk and whatever. Anyway, so there is that. Then I'm just trying to quickly go through the moments that I remember. There was one of these music magazines. There was a band or a group called Cold Cut that was introduced to me. That's also electronic, and they happen to be the founders of a British label called Ninja Tune. And I started to listen to Ninja Tune music, which was also to me, it was like I didn't believe such thing exists. I didn't believe someone makes the music that I actually want to hear. As in, like, if I could wish for a music, if I knew what music to wish for, it would be that. So I was going there, and then there was this friend of mine. Well, it's a guy who's a better friend of someone who I went to the university with. So we are already like in my 20s, and we went to up to. I went to university not in capital. I was in one of the big cities, Szeged, and we went up to Budapest where this guy was, and he showed me a guy called Eamon Tobin. He was also from Ninja Tune at that time, and that was some even heavier electronic something. And I was like, again, it was a moment of I don't believe there is such music, and I was just like, I was so happy there is something new that I found. And then I think another big moment that I remember, before I went to the UK, there is something that happened in the UK. But before that, I came out of university, started to work, and I don't know how, but I found two bands that actually happened to be also kind of guitar, which I forgot to mention earlier. So it's Radiohead and Eels. You probably do know
Yeah, of course.
Radiohead. And there's another band called Eels. And I just remember back then we already were past of CD players, and you could buy little MP3 players, not iPods yet, whatever, but little
Yeah.
MP3 players that you
Okay.
could copy. And I know I had all albums of Radiohead up until that time, and all albums of Eels up until those times. And I just remember long days of working in my first job and just listening album after album after album after album, from the oldest to the newest of Radiohead and oldest to the newest of Eels. And those are one of those rare occasions, plus Nine Inch Nails, where somehow lyrics actually are good, and I kind of listen. I don't know what they are, just like so perfect, so smooth, so nice. Then I listen to lyrics, and then I went to the UK. I moved to the UK, and then we went to one of our colleagues to just play some poker, and it was three of them, like staying together, flatmates, and they had two like vinyl players or whatever. And as it turns out, they were some kind of music connoisseurs, and they put on a vinyl, and the music started, and I was like, "What is happening?" It was also hip hop. It's a band called it's a group called People Under the Stairs, and it was also again like how is this possible? This is fucking amazing. And I think after that, you could. It was now easy to copy MP3s, and then Napster came, and then I don't know.
which was crushed by Metallica.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Fuck Metallica. Anyway, but because of this too. And yeah, now there's streaming and all that. But yeah. So it's to me, it's good that I remember these moments, and I know and it's distinctively not pop. And again, it's not because I want to hate pop because I want to be a cool guy or whatever. But sometimes my friends, well, it happened once or times when they blamed me like, oh, you always have to listen to this like weird music because you are so special. You want to be so, and because like other people, alternative people, I don't know whatever think it's cool, and you just want to copy them. And then some other friend of mine kind of came to my defense in the sense that he says that because there was MTV and VH1 and you see music videos,
Yeah.
and he said he has been with me when I saw some music that I didn't see before, which was in the style of music that I usually like, and I liked it. So it's not that someone told me that I need to like move because it's cool, but because I actually liked it genuinely. So it's yeah, it's. I just love these moments when I find some new music, and we have this group on WhatsApp where it's a bit quiet now, but some music recommendations come along, and then I find occasionally something new, and I am excited about this. Maybe probably the same thing that perhaps frustrates you a little bit about like there's so many things and so hard to choose and whatever. The same thing excites me because there are so many new interesting stuff that you can just find, and it's a gem, and it's
Just
treasure.
7 notes and still.
Well, that is the thing. The seven notes is like the combinations of the seven notes, the timing between them, the order in which you play, and then you have different whatevers. It's literally infinite. We will never play the same song
No,
again.
no, no. Of course, of course.
So yeah, it's. But I think music is like fuck. It's very important for me. I mean, do you listen? No, you said I know you don't listen to music during work.
No,
I listen to
right
music
now
during work.
it is. You see, as soon as you start dealing with the music, I'm not professional, but on the regular basis, it is difficult to absorb anything else but your own stuff because you have to concentrate what you are producing. Because, I mean, it really can damage the way of your thinking towards your current production.
If you listen to something else, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
In
Interesting. I mean,
between,
I've never been in that
in
process.
between, no problem. But when you are writing a material, something from abroad may just turn you into the wrong curve because the simplest music it is or the beat it is the easier it is to understand to the listener. But maybe you don't want that. You don't want to simplify your music. And that's why you just need to concentrate on what you're doing now.
So, do you kind of consciously and as an effort kind of close out, so to say,
No,
other
I
music,
just
or it
don't
just
listen.
happens,
I just
or it
don't
just
listen.
happens?
I just don't listen. Although I listen to the big names if they release something like Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson, Metallica, Megadeth. I mean those names that I adore, I cherish because I know that their influence will be only at good. But like randomly just the the wicked triangle, I will never listen to this band because I don't know it and it might spoil something in my own.
Is that what all your bandmates also
Yeah.
do?
Well, no, not all of them. Our bass player is listening to everything. He's like a crazy.
And do you notice when he maybe brings in things that he picks up?
He loves all those, mixture of different genres. It is actually getting into our music now, and it's not bad. It's not bad. Although I am the last one who
Will
says
accept it.
yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm more like no, it's not for
And you know
us.
what? That's cool because not that well, that's fine because you have your process of
Oh
accepting it,
yeah,
and maybe it takes longer, and maybe when you eventually accept it, that is the true acceptance of like it wasn't forced on you. Actually, you know what? I'm happy with this.
that's true. Thank you, Thomas. It was amazing talk.
But there is something, Boris.
Yes.
You didn't say what made you smile.
What made me smile? I could put my kilt on.
Ooh.
Once a year, I'm putting my kilt on. And today I'm wearing the one without any underwear, like a proper Scotsman.
Which is it's pretty cool. I can't even smell it.
Yeah, I've farted several times, so that's okay.
Which is like this guy. Well, I'm not gonna say fuck. I don't know surname, whatever. But this guy it's a fucking Russian surname. I had no idea he's Scottish. He's also I don't know quarter Jewish or whatever. I don't know. It's like everything. It's. But the kilt does suit you, so that's good. That's
Thank you.
good. That's good. Thank you, Boris.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you.